Saturday. Give it up for your hosts, they're killing it. So I have to apologize off the bat for my voice. I'm a little hoarse, as you can hear. I was at lunch with my grandma, and we both like reached for the same tea sandwich, and then our voices Freaky Friday. And like, you know, in the movie, you have to see the world through the other person's eyes to reverse it. So now I have to believe in QAnon. But I do try to take care of my voice because like I'm a performer. And so with that, I cut back smoking weed. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I lived with a married couple. And so I would secretly smoke weed out of my bedroom window because I didn't want them to find out. And then on the last night that we were all living together, we decided we should hang out for the first time. And funny thing, turns out they used to also secretly smoke weed out of their bedroom window because they didn't want me to find out. So then we had a threesome. I do have a lot of married friends. I go to a lot of weddings, but I'm not married. I do stand-up comedy. But I have come to terms with the fact that my 20s are not my time to get married. And I'm very familiar with that because in middle school, it wasn't my time to grow boobs. But all my married friends, they say, Claire, don't worry, you're next. You're the next one, you're next. And I'm like, isn't that usually what the killer says to the victim in scary movies? Like, I think I'm okay. But I was recently at a wedding. This one was for a family friend. If you don't know what a family friend is, they're actually someone you hate, but your dads were friends in the 80s. And my cousin happened to be at this wedding, and look, you guys, I cannot stand my cousin. He thinks he's so cool because he was in the Air Force. Okay, I served too. I was in a sorority. We've all paid our dues. And my cousin, he like comes up to me and he's like, hey Claire, sorry to break it to you, but we're not gonna be able to like hang out after the wedding because I have a new girlfriend. I was like, ew, Kyle, we are not those kinds of white people. I'm like, how did you meet her, and is she prettier than me? And get this, he goes, yeah, she's way hotter than you, and we met on Be Real. I was like, Be Real? That's not a dating app. And he goes, well, have you ever tried? I said, no, I met my boyfriend the normal way, on Tumblr. If you don't know what Be Real is, it's this new social media platform where you can only post once a day. And if you don't know what Tumblr is, I don't think you're allowed to be in this bar. But Be Real, it's set up kind of like Instagram, you know, with the feed and everything. But on Instagram, people post thirst traps. And on Be Real, people post like, you know when your dad sends you a text message, but it's just like the flash went off while his phone was in his pocket? That's Be Real. But my dad and I, we don't really text that much. My dad's a little bit more old-fashioned. Anytime my dad wants to get in contact with me, he just picks up my credit card bill. So I am an only child. Yes, I am. I do have a brother. But look, here's the thing, he's a lot older than me, okay? He's like twice my age older than me. Like, my brother is the kind of older than me where I think he might secretly be my real dad. And here's what gave it away, is I have 2 nephews, and they're both Gen Z. And like, I'm Gen Z. No, that's a lie. You know I was a lie. I'm totally a millennial. I give off the vibe that I have a favorite pattern, and that it is chevron. But I just don't always feel like I fit in with millennials because, I don't remember the 90s, okay? It's not fair. Like, what is a Tamagotchi? Okay, that one always splits the room. Like, that's a joke, obviously. I know what a Tamagotchi is. It's like the original version of Nintendogs. But if you ever meet someone who is in their like mid to late 20s and they say they're a 90s kid, no, they're a liar. Literally my first memory is 9/11. No, I'm allowed to say that. I'm from DC. I'm a primary source. And here's the thing. If you were born in the later half of the 1990s, you're a 2000s kid, you know? Like, I know you had over-tweezed eyebrows. I did too. And just like give it 10 years and they'll come back in style, I promise. So today I was on a walk through my neighborhood and I saw one of those like little libraries, you know? And I stopped at this one because I saw there was a copy of the book, The Click. I don't mean the movie, it's not a movie. The Click is this book about this group of middle school girls who are very mean to each other. And you know, like, generally, I'm against the practice of banning books, but I would run for office to outlaw the Click series. And here's why. There is a character named Claire, and she is the black sheep of the group, okay? And it just really makes me think, like, when did media, dare I say, literature, deem Claire to be the most unhinged of the basic white girl names? There are so many examples. You want an unhinged woman in media named Claire? You got it. Claire from The Breakfast Club, Claire the mother in Modern Family, Claire the sister in Fleabag, Claire from the new Knives Out movie. And look, Edward Cullen literally plays Bella a song on the piano called Claire de Lune. That's offensive to me personally. So sad. In college, I studied theater. And so now, because of that, I am really good at murder mystery parties. It's honestly like a really unfair advantage. But whenever I go to these murder mystery parties, I try not to reveal that I'm a thespian. Because you know how people get around actors. Extremely homophobic. They're like, you guys are always kissing each other. And I'm like, excuse you, they're called breathing exercises. You've obviously never studied Linklater. That's a deep cut for all us actors out there. But also, like theater majors, I now work in an office. And for most of my job, I work in Excel. Any other Excel users in the house? Yeah, nerd alert. And the other day I was at my job and I was using the formula SUM. And that's just like basic addition, you know? That's like the first math you learn how to do. Like in terms of formulas, SUM is the missionary of Excel. It's like so intuitive, even a high schooler can do it. And like outside of the workplace, Excel is like pretty much a useless skill, right? Yeah, like okay, just imagine this. Just like imagine it's the apocalypse and like everything is chaos. And there's like a mother crying over her dying child and she's like, is anyone a doctor? And then like I come running over and I'm like, no, but I could build you a pivot table. Useless. So as I said, I'm not from Chicago, I'm from Washington, D.C., which turns out that's not a normal place to be from. Apparently most people are from Indiana. News to me. But the thing about being from DC is like there's been some stuff that happens, you know, like January 6th. That was a really rough day for me and my family, but mostly for me because my ex was at the insurrection. Yeah, so I turned him into the FBI. I said, here's his Twitter handle, and here is every text message he sent me when we were 17. Yeah, he definitely stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021, and he definitely was not at Jake's house on July 11th, 2013. All right, thanks so much. I've been Claire Malkie. Give it up for Claire, everybody. Anybody else want to say where they were on January 6th?